Hi everyone, John Connolly, President of the Twin Cities North Chamber of Commerce, and this is Chamber Check-In, your source for virtual networking, great local solutions and content. Hey, we're glad you joined us today. A shout out to the 9 North team that produces Chamber Check-In. We appreciate their partnership. And for all things Chamber related, go to twincitiesnorth.org. That's twincitiesnorth.org. And there you'll find all sorts of ways to connect with local businesses and find out really unique events that are happening in our area. Speaking of unique events, coming up next Wednesday, we do have our annual holiday social that benefits 2 area food shelves here in our area, Ralph Reeder Food Shelf and SACA. Speaking of, that's who's involved with the Chamber Check-In today. Our 2 guests are from SACA and Ralph Reeder. Let's bring out Dave Rudolph of SACA first. Dave, welcome to Chamber Check-In. First of all, for those that don't know about SACA, tell us about SACA.
Well, SACA was founded in 1976, so we've been around for a couple of years. Last year, we fed over 55,000 people, and we blew by that number in October of this year, so we're increasing. We have programs include a client choice food shelf, where clients pick out their own food. We have a grocery program for seniors, delivery program for homebound seniors and people with disabilities called SACA Delivers. We have a thrift store open to the public. During the harvest season, we do free produce giveaways. And we have a mobile food program where we take food rescue and redistribute it to low-income buildings in our community. And also coming up here too, we have holiday food boxes that we're going to be giving out and a big toy giveaway as well.
Wonderful. Gosh, lots of good stuff happening at SACA. Now, everyone, SACA stands for Southern Anoka County Assistance Program and it is a operational food shelf that's been there for a long time. So, Dave, you have some news to share, though. You're building on, expanding. Share with us the latest.
Yeah, so the latest and the greatest of a very long process is we purchased a building last June that's greatly expanded our area here. As far as square footage, we're going from about 6,500 to over 23,000. And so it's going to allow us to serve more clients and grow programs and everything. We are going to be remodeling it. It's an old machine shop, and we're going to be using funding from federal government and also the state of Minnesota. And hopefully we'll be moving in by the end of 2025 or early 2026.
Well, that's exciting.
Then also too, for you craft beer lovers, we do a craft beer fundraiser called Hops for Hunger. That's Friday, March 21st at Quincy Hall in Northeast Minneapolis. There's going to be over 40 breweries and cideries there. And we do have sponsorship opportunities.
All right, yeah. Well, you know, everyone, I have been to that event too that Dave just referenced, Hops for Hunger, and several of other events benefiting both of our food shelves and just great causes, but also a fun time too as well. Absolutely. And so what other special items is SACA known for, Dave?
Well, we've got our thrift store is another one. You know, that's open to the public. Everything is in there, garage sale prices. All the money that we raise, which is everything's donated in there, but the money that goes toward purchasing food or paying utility bills, it all gets poured right back into our programming.
Wow, that's great to know. So, and once again, to reinforce everyone, our holiday social next Wednesday does benefit both of these food shelves. All the funds we raise goes directly to those, and we appreciate what SACA and Ralph Reeder both do in our footprint. Hey, Dave, we have about 30 seconds left in your segment here. Tell us your last thoughts you'd like to share with everyone.
Well, donations of any kind are always welcome. Food, clothing, household items for the thrift store. But I want to emphasize that cash is really king. We can, for every dollar donated, we can buy about 10 plus pounds of food, and it really helps us out. And then the money can also be put toward what it's really needed for.
Good point. Dave Rudolph of SACA, thanks for joining us on Chamber Check-In. Appreciate your time. And next up, we have our second partner in our holiday social, and that's Ralph Reeder Food Shelf. We have Shane Johnson. Shane, welcome to Chamber Check-In. First of all, tell us a little about, Ralph Reeder here.
Yeah, Ralph Reeder is a food shelf that's aligned with the Mounds View school system, part of their community education program. We've been around since 1982. We primarily serve the areas of New Brighton, Arden Hills, Mounds View, Shoreview, Ramsey County, and then parts of Ramsey County, St. Anthony, and northern Roseville. We're unique in the sense that we're so closely partnered with the school system. And so not only do we offer our typical food shelf offerings, which includes a client choice model, curbside pickup, and then deliveries for seniors and others with disabilities, but we also have school-based programs where we're able to make sure that children are fed in the school system, whether that's daily snacks or whether that's our snack program that helps bridge the gap during the weekend where a lot of families experience food insecurity.
Right, yeah. So now whereabouts you located? Years ago you operated out of a school, but now you have a separate building, right? Or a separate area in a building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we used to be operating out of a school, but then as we saw that the need expanded, we also needed a bigger space. So now we're at 2544 Mounds View Boulevard. We're right across the street from an Aldi. And thankfully, we have more space now because we've seen a large increase in the amount of people who've utilized the food shelf over the years. We're actually in our new space, we were able to get a walk-in freezer and cooler to be able to store more of our food. We have a big, large loading dock in the back to make it easier for people to donate large food items and for us to store those food items, and a bigger space for clients to walk around to be able to have the client choice model as well.
Yeah, yeah. So now, what's the latest news you'd like to share with everyone about Ralph Reeder? What's trending, so to speak?
Well, like I said earlier, I mean, trending, and we've been seeing a large increase relative to previous years of people utilizing the food shelf. I mean, some months are 20 to 30% higher than usual. I think that inflation probably explains that. It kind of hits both ends. It hits the families that we serve on the one hand and their ability to buy and purchase food and to be food secure, but also on the other end, our own ability to purchase food also is affected by inflation. But despite that, we're fortunate to have a lot of members of the community who are very active and want to participate in many of our programs. Because of that, we've had our Thanksgiving for All program just ended recently, where we were able to distribute donated turkeys, increase our food offerings to families so that they were able to experience Thanksgiving with their families. And we just are wrapping up our Operation Joy Toy program, where over 1,000 children will be able to get toys for the holiday. And that's pretty much our big things going on right now.
Well, that's good. You can do that combo with the toys and the food shelf, because so often people that are in need, they're very proud people, and they come in the food shelf, but they don't realize that you're doing other ancillary things too as well to benefit folks. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you're right to say that there's a lot of stigma associated sometimes with reaching help out with food insecurity. But at the same time, one of the benefits of the food shelf is that we do a lot of other things, and we try to partner with other organizations and with the schools to be able to kind of reduce some of that stigma and access points. We have our ear to the ground so we can hear from school deans and principals, like, these are the needs that we're seeing, these are the things that families need. And so we're able to actually bridge those gaps as we see them.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, what message would you like to share with everyone? If you've got a great audience here listening and watching, what would you like to share with them about Ralph Reeder and how they could help out? Not only everyone Ralph Reeder, but also SACA too as well. What would you like to share with them?
Well, like Dave said earlier, cash is king, really. I mean, for every dollar that we spend, we can buy $10 worth of food. And then we're very fortunate that right now, until the end of the year, we're going through our holiday matching program. Our partners at Bell Lumber and Pole have said that they will match up to $100,000 any new donations we get, so any new donors that we get, any increased donation amounts over previous year's giving. So if you're a regular giver to the food shelf, if you give a little bit more, that will also be matched. And anybody who maybe hasn't given in a couple of years, any renewed giving will also be matched up to $100,000. So that's a great opportunity to double your impact. Of course, we'll always take any other non-perishable food donations. We'll take school supplies, we'll take different things. Anything you think a school child might need, we'll find a way to get it to a school child that's in need for it. If you want to find out more about us, you can go to ralphreederfoodshelf.org, or you can go to our Facebook page at Ralph Reeder Food Shelf. And then you'll see regular updates about what we're up to and what kind of partnerships that we have working and how we're serving the community further.
Shane Johnson of Ralph Reeder Food Shelf, thanks so much for joining us on Chamber Check-In and sharing the story about Ralph Reeder and all the good things you're doing. As well, Dave Rudolph of SACA, handling duties there in Southern Anoka County in the same way, serving folks that are in need. And folks, be sure to reach out to them because they're both great organizations helping a lot of people. And now, the vision of the Twin Cities North Chamber of Commerce is to promote business, develop leaders, and connect communities. And we're so glad you connected with us today. A shout out to the 9 North team that produces Chamber Check-In. We appreciate their partnership. And for all things chamber related, event related, and ways to find local resources and businesses, go to twincitiesnorth.org. That's twincitiesnorth.org. And there you'll find all sorts of ways, again, to connect with these businesses, like the 2 food shelves today. Everyone, have a wonderful weekend.